Month 2 after quitting my job to trade with just $600 left. In the month of August, I need to generate $6,000 in profit from my trading account. And my game plan is what we're going to discuss in this video. My name is Jeff. Straight out of high school, I completed 8 honorable years in the United States Marine Corps, and then I became a CDLA truck driver. I'm a truck driver no more. Within the last 3.5 years of being a truck driver, I've been trading options on SPY, the S&P 500. Trading is risky. Consult with your financial advisor. It's important for me to establish my trading style. That way you understand when I go over the trades, what I'm trying to accomplish and when it's not working in my favor. So I have a trend following system. That's how I trade. In my trend following system, it's prone to drawdown because there's a lot of small nicks. You're wrong a lot. There's a lot of small losses, but then when you catch a trend, if you catch a big trend especially, the winners are by default larger than the losers, but you catch a lot of losers and you can go into a long period of drawdown. This system is not for everybody, but it works for me. Some people like to win on a more consistent basis, and at first, when I first started in my trading journey, that's what I enjoyed. But over time, I realized winning more frequently is not necessarily the best approach. So I've adopted a trend following system. Let me know in the comment section if you agree, if you don't, or whatever your thoughts are based on what's said in this video. Next, I'm going to give you a SoFi example, then this example, and then we go into my account. Real quick, the reason why I'm giving this example is because every strategy has kryptonite. I'm going to show you why it's a kryptonite. This is the weekly chart of SoFi. Now, this looks clean on the weekly chart because this is how price moves in a staircase action. This was the prior high. That was the pivot low. Then it started to staircase. It went up, built the first step, went up again, broke the higher high, went up again, built a step, and you would expect it to go higher. Now we drop down to the daily. And this is why it becomes kryptonite to my strategy. This is absolute strength. This area right here, where price is trending up cleanly, this is perfect for my system. Price is moving in one direction only. Price is above the 3 EMA. The 3 EMA is above the 9 EMA. Which is above the 20 EMA, which is above the 50 SMA. This is perfect right here on the daily. Then it built a base. See how price is no longer moving up? It just starts moving sideways. It built a base. This is not good for a trend following system. This is where you get chopped up. But this area in particular is what I really wanted to show you because it becomes so vicious. This zigzag action. So this is what happened. Price staircased up, built a base, gapped up, broke prior highs. This alerted every bull to SoFi. And then they got slammed down. The next day it gaps down. So all the longs, everyone who came into this area thinking price was going to continue up, they got crushed out, stopped out. And this stop out attracted a lot of bears. And those bears who would assume that price would continue on downward got crushed out the next day with this gap up, which reignited the bulls, all the longs who said, hey, we're back in play. Let's go. They got crushed out the next day. So this is particularly vicious. This is a blender, SoFi, on a daily chart. This is kryptonite to a trend following system, a system like mine. It's still interesting on a weekly chart, but on a daily, so that means on a longer term swing trade above this high, it would be very interesting. But on the daily chart, no way. No way. I don't like it. Kryptonite. Let me show you something else. Now we are on Joby weekly chart. This popped up on my scanners yesterday. Today is Tuesday, August 5th, 4 a.m. The market hasn't opened yet. It's like 4:44 a.m. But this on the weekly chart is beautiful. This is the opposite of SoFi. Like this clean up move, this definitely is a ticker that I am interested in. Let's drop down to the daily chart to see how else that's the 4-day. Drop down to the daily chart to see how it differs from SoFi's daily chart. We have a clean uptrend. Price is above, this is absolute strength. Price traveled above the 3 EMA, above the 9, above the 20, above the 50 SMA in a clean way. Then it built a base. Then it broke out above the highest high of that base right here. That was yesterday, that was yesterday, August 4th. It triggered August 4th. I didn't get a chance to enter. I'm waiting for some type of pullback. But for the most part, this is a clean uptrend. And what we would expect is for price to continue on upwards. And if that happens, let's get back to the weekly chart. We're already at all-time highs, it appears. The sky's the limit. Who knows how much higher? And price basically just bounced off the 3 on the prior week, and boom. Is it off we go? See, a trade like this would be a massive impact in P&L. How would a trade like this compare to SoFi? Let's suppose that price continues on upwards. Then this would wipe out a lot of smaller losses that a stock like SoFi's would have created with its vicious blender chop action. Now that you know the difference, I'm trying to avoid stocks like SoFi and catch positive trending stocks like Joby, whether they're trending upwards or trending cleanly to the downside. Let's get to my account now. All right, we are in my account. As you can see, I've got $420 that I can trade with, but my net lick is $631. I've got 2 open positions that is taking up the difference between 631 and 420. Now over here, my overall P&L year to date is negative $190. I started this account with $3,100. So even though it's sitting at $631, I didn't lose the $3,000. I only lost as of right now $190. Because I don't have a job, I have to move money around constantly to pay bills, make ends meet, and I had to wire some money out of my trading account, and I'm gonna wire money back into it. About $1,400, $1,500. I'll get it to about $2,000. And so, yeah, that's where I'm at. Now, my system is I can go through drawdown. So there is a difference between drawdown and having a broken system. In the very beginning, when I first quit, I had to adjust my system quickly because it went from not needing money right away to, hey, I need money right away. During that process, it was a lot of chaos, a lot of turbulence in my trading. I had a lot of whipsaws in my P&L. And so I had to go back under the hood, do a lot of rework, a lot of deep work into my strategy. And I made the adjustments. I feel that I'm ready. The adjustments that I've made are as good as they're going to be. And plus, I'm running low on time. So I've got to execute on my trades and make adjustments as I go. Now, I have 2 open positions. I got SPY and I got Walmart. SPY. Let's go to SPY real quick. SPY daily chart. This to me, this is absolute strength. Again, price above the 3, above the 9, above the 20, above the 50. Beautiful. This is beautiful trend. Now, look at the last time price came to the 20. The 9 EMA to me is the trampoline. The 20 is the last line of defense. All strength to me is gone once price breaks below the 20. It's always the bounce that I look for. Look at this. Look at this bounce. This is SPY. And in a trend, if you study trends long enough, this is common, right? And so when I see this, it breaks below, I'm like, oh, all strength is gone. And it's like, psych, I'm right back. And I expand my view to the weekly. And I'm like, the weekly chart just bounced off the 9 EMA. The week still has a lot of strength left in it. The 20's way down here. The 20, price could always reach down and touch the 20, but ultimately it's holding above the prior week's highs, and it's right here, and it's holding strength. So why not go long? So that's why I decided to open my SPY position to the long side. I think we might at least attack the highs of prior weeks. The market's not open yet. This is only Monday's price action. If this trend continues, it will reward my account handsomely. If it fails, then my account will be punished. That's the rules of the game. The uninformed believe trading is about being right all the time. It's not. It's about controlling your risk when you're wrong. Let's go to Walmart. We start out on Walmart weekly chart. I don't really like this. It's a mess. It's junk. You see how it's a base? It whipsawed up, trapped a bunch of longs. A few of the bears got rewarded, but then all the new bears, they got smashed by the 50 SMA. Boom. And then now it's back at the base. It's back at this level. It destroyed both sides. It's back at this base. And it's curling back up towards these highs. This is what this weekly chart is saying. But I don't like it because it's still in base. Base is not really trend. Remember on SPY how the 20 is the last line of defense to me, but the 9 is the trampoline. Look how beautifully price is controlled by the 9. It still taps the 20, but the body of the candles are beautifully held up by the 9. So catching these bounces, this is great for trend. Boing, just trampoline. And now the 50 was basically a brick wall to all the shorts. That's on the weekly. The daily doesn't look pretty anyways, because look at this mess. So anyways, we're near the highs, and it's been trending up nicely on the daily towards these highs. The earnings is, I think, August 21st. Yes, August 21st. This is a sympathy play to me based on Amazon. Yikes. Amazon, look at this vicious drop. But why is this a sympathy play to me? Well, Amazon had their earnings recently, but leading up to their earnings, the price drifted up nicely. And Amazon's earnings, they beat expectations, I believe. And look at this nasty, vicious work. Ugh, this is not good to a trend following system. Now, could this happen to Walmart? Yes, of course. That's what I'm betting on. I'm hoping that price continues to drift up into earnings. I can catch a nice little drift swing scalp a few days. And by earnings, be way before earnings, be out of this thing. Those are my thoughts. Those are my thinking. That's my thesis for it. And I should be out by the end of Friday. This is big. If you stayed till this part of the video, this is very, very important. I don't want you to miss this. Let me start out by saying trading is faith-based. It's faith-based because you have to believe in your system. Every system will go through a period of drawdown, and you have to remain faithful to your system. But you have to do the work to develop the faith and belief in your system because you have to see your system work first. When you're going through a period of drawdown, it's a dark tunnel. You got to know that there's light at the end, and you have to stay faithful. And it's very difficult to do. And I've had to undergo this process. People always say, make money trading. But you don't really make money. The market has to bless you. The market has to bless you with profits because once you're not in control. No one actually is in control. So if things work out in your favor, that's a blessing. And your job is to find triggers that allow you to receive more and more blessings. Trading requires a lot of letting go of control. And if it's tough for you to let go of control, then trading might not work out. Letting go of control is very faith-based. Faith-based people, religions, they let all their control go to God, to the world, to the universe, or to whatever they follow, to whatever they believe in. And chance and circumstance plays massive roles in trading because those are the gods of trading, probability, chance, and circumstance, right? So you have to let things go to chance and circumstance within your trading, and that's very difficult too. So control, if you are a control freak, this might not work. Picking the correct trending stocks is the key to success in my system and in my strategy. And I just shared with you SPY, that's my regular go-to, and Walmart for this week so far. Moving forward, I'll be sharing a little bit more. And if you have stocks that you would like to share with me, you can join my Truckers Who Trade community. Now, with this community here, I don't have any members yet. I decided to no longer get back into trucking and only trading full time. I'm less and less inclined to do trucking video content because I'm doing more and more trader content. I'm interacting with more and more traders, and I'm realizing there's less and less truckers who are trading. I still would like to find truckers who trade, but it doesn't appear that my content might attract truckers who trade, but we'll see. You can always join my community.